and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you this annual report cover page in Word. So let's open a new document. So the first thing we're going to do is insert our text. So go to Insert, Text Box, click on the drop down and select Draw Text Box. Click and draw out a text box. In here we're just going to insert some text, and all I'm going to do with this one is go to the Home tab and go to Align to Left. And if I deselect this text box, you'll see we've got this black border line. I've actually got a white background to this text box. Both of those I need to get rid of. So select the text box, go to Shape Format, go over to the Outline tool and select No Outline. Go to Shape Fill and select No Fill. Then I'm just going to reduce the size of it. And I'm going to make multiple copies of this text box because we've taken off that borderline and taken out that background. We're going to need numerous text boxes, so I'm just going to copy and paste this one. The easiest way to do that is to select it, hold down your Alt or Option key, click and drag, and then you can make multiples of this text box. So now I'm just going to adjust this text box. Let's just move this one out of the way. Adjust this text box for our needs at the top, and I'm just going to put that one on a separate line. I'm going to select it all, go to the Home tab, and obviously here you can make all of your adjustments to your text, including the font. Let's change it to Helivector. Font size, we can increase it with this Increase Font Size tool, or of course you can put in the number here. And we can select bold if we want to, and then we can change the font color as well. So I've got some recent colors I've selected down here for this project, and I'll just choose the darker one. Then to add some additional text at the bottom, just the tagline, I can reduce the text down again, maybe to 12. And then for this text, I'm just going to select it, take off the bold, change the color maybe to a dark gray. I want to reduce the gap between these two, and the reason the gap is so big is because we've currently got that on font size 18. If I use the Decrease Font Size tool, you can see how that gap now reduces. So I'm just going to leave that there. Then I'm going to create the text for this side over here. Select the text, go to the Home tab, and I'll change this once again to Helivector. What I am going to do actually is, if I change my mind on my fonts, just select them all and then change them all to Helivector. There we go. Now what I am going to do with this font is actually make a separate box. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I can make multiple adjustments to this text. So I'm going to change the font color. And then I'm also going to put a space bar between each of these letters or characters. You can see some of them have changed to capitals. We can just select them and change them back to smaller letters. What it also means is that I can move this text anywhere I like, and I can fit it as close or as far away from that text above. I can move it to the edge here. I can move it to this side, top or bottom. So you can see the flexibility it gives me, and I can also just move it with my arrow keys if I choose to, and I can also increase the font size as well. Once you're happy with these two, you can actually group them together if you select them both by holding down your Command or Control key so that you can select multiple elements. Go to Shape Format, go to Group and select Group. And of course that's now one group. If you want to make adjustments again, just go back to Group and select Ungroup, and then you can make all the adjustments you need. Now as I go down the page, I will continue to make these text boxes at the top of my page, because slightly irritatingly, when I try to do it at the bottom of the page, for some reason Word will always jump to the top of the page, which means I have to keep zooming in and out. So I'm going to continue to make these at the top of the page, and then I'll just put them in place when I need to. So the next one here is the number or the year. I'm going to change the alignment to right. Increase the font size, make it bold. Put this at font size 70. and this one at font size 72. And we'll just grab another text box. This will all make sense in a minute. We're having to do it this way round. If I go and I'll explain what I'm doing. So if I do something down here, it just jumps straight back up to the top of the page and I have to scroll back down to do what I'm doing. So this is why I'm having to do all of this at the top. Now I've done these, what I can do is just move all of this down the page, and then I can just move this one to the top. And now, once again, I'm just going to put a space bar between each character. And that just allows just a little bit of interest. There is another way that you can put spaces between text, but it's slightly more long-winded. Now for this one, I'm just going to change the text color again, change it to bold. I'm going to make the bullet points underneath here, but I'm not going to make it in the same box, because when you do bullet points, I'll show you, just delete this. Go up to this bullet point here, which is in the Home tab, and you can see it makes the adjustment here. Now you can adjust it with these sliders here, but it doesn't always line up with what you want it to line up with above. So when I've tried it in the same box as this one, it was slightly misaligned. So the easiest thing to do is just to make a separate box. So I've just pasted this in because it's just easier rather than you watching me type. But I've just used a bullet point with each of these. And then what you can do now is you can line up that dot, this dot here, using your arrow keys if it's easier, with the letter above, and then just simply move it down with your arrow key. And then we can zoom out and check we're happy with that placement. And if so, just select them both as we did before, holding down that Command or Control key. Go to the group icon and select group. And now this is all one group. So now we've got everything we need. We can now move things around and align them. So we'll move this up. And I'm going to show you a useful technique. Now, if I was to select all of these, go to Shape Format, go to Align to Right, and deselect, you can see that nothing is actually lined correctly. And that's sometimes to do with the margins and sometimes to do with the font. So, and this would be the same at the top here as well. So the best thing to do is to actually go to Insert, Shapes, go to Align, hold down the Shift key and draw a line down your page. The reason you hold the Shift key is so that you get a perfectly vertical line. Then you can copy and paste it, Command or Control C, Command or Control V, and then simply grab this line and move it over to this side. And then what this will allow you to do is to align all of your text up perfectly in your document. So if we zoom in, we can grab this and we can use our arrow key to move it over so it's touching the line. This one as well, we can just use the right arrow key, and the same with this one. Finally down at the bottom here. So they're all aligned left and right, but you can move them up and down as well with those arrow keys. And what we will do is when we have completed the design with all the squares in and shapes, what we will do is then realign everything once we've done all of the graphics. So go to Insert, go to Shapes, go to the triangle, hold down the Shift key and draw a triangle. Go to Shape Format, go over to the outline and select No Outline because this triangle has an outline. Once it's selected, go to Rotate, go to More Rotation Options, go to Rotate and put in 45 and press Enter. And then make it a little bit bigger, hold down the Shift key just to keep the dimensions of that triangle and move it over. Then once you put it in place, go to Align to Middle, which will mean it's in the middle of the document, and you'll get an equal gap up here to the one down below here. Then I'm going to copy and paste it, deselect them both, reselect this one, go to Shape Format, go to Shape Fill, and then click on the orange, go to Send Backwards, Send to Back, and then grab this corner here, hold the Shift key down and just reduce the size of it. And once it's still selected, just move it forward. Now you can make this as big or as small as you want, just personal preference. And again, align to middle, and then again, copy and paste this one, deselect, reselect the N1, go to outline, choose orange, outline, go to weight, and we'll select 3, go to shape fill and select no fill. Actually, we need to select weight of 6, perfect, and then send backwards, send to back. Now you can just use your arrow keys to move that in and out depending on the look you want. So with this one, we need to go to send backwards and keep sending it backwards until the text comes through. Just keep clicking and you'll find all of your text finally comes through. Then we can go to the stripes across. So go to insert, shapes, go to this shape here, click and draw out a shape. What you will have to do is make sure that it lines up here. If the rotation isn't working well enough, then you can just use this top arrow here that will usually help just to get that angle right. Then go to shape format, over to format pane, go to the fill icon here, go to gradient fill, then we can select our colors, go to this one here, go to the bucket icon and choose a light gray, and here you can choose white, and then in the line select no line, and then you can move it down to the bottom here, send backwards, send to back, copy and paste it by holding down that Alt or Option key, again send to back, deselect them both, reselect one, hold down the Alt or Option key to copy it, select this one, use the rotation tool to just turn it around, again making sure it lines up to the top here, again copy and paste across and deselect this one as well, send backwards, send to back, and then go to insert, shapes, go to the line, click, draw out a line that is in line with your shape, go to the outline, select orange, go to the outline, select weight and go to 6, and then copy and paste it, hold down the Alt or Option key. You can move these any way you like, deselect them both, reselect one of them, and again you can move it down here as well or down to the bottom, completely up to you. Then I'm just going to select all of my text here, go to the Home tab, go to font color, select white, and then go to deselect, go to insert, shapes, line, click and draw a line here, but hold down your Shift key just so that you can make that a perfectly horizontal line. Go up to color or the outline tool again, select the color of your choice, and then weight, we'll just select 1.5, deselect to check you're happy, and then once again we'll do the same here, insert, shapes, line, we can click here, hold down your Shift key, let's just turn that white, and then again weight, we'll choose 1.5, and then we can't quite see the line behind, but you can see it's perfectly lined up here. We can grab this line here, just press delete, and then you can move all of these round if you want to, if they're not quite right, you feel they're too high or too low. This corporate sign here, this one, I'd like to select it and change that to white. That's the font color there. Maybe increase the font size a little more. Let's just move that over a little bit. For this triangle here, we can change the gradient or the color. So select it, go to format shape, go to gradient fill, and once again click on this little marker, go to color, select the darker color, select this marker, select a lighter color, and then you can go to directions, select the direction of your gradient, and then you can move this slider over, and as I do you can see how that will affect my gradient. You can just see the line below. If you can't grab hold of it, go to shape format, selection pane, and down here you'll see that there will be a line. So what you need to do is to scroll across here, click on these elements here, and it'll be able to show you which line you're referring to. So select it and then just press delete. If that doesn't work, just click cut and it will actually get rid of that line for you. If you want these to blend a little more, you can just see the edge here. Select it, go to format shape. On the gradient, just move the white over a bit, deselect, and you can see that blends a little more, and you haven't got that white sort of line, grey line at the base here. Other adjustments that you might be wanting to make with these lines is you can also make this a gradient, so make sure it's selected. Again, go over to the fill, go to gradient line. So you've got 4 of these markers here. This one's selected. I want to get rid of 2, so I'm going to go over to the remove gradient stop. I'm going to do that twice. And then again, select one, go to the orange you've already selected, go to the other one, and you can select white. You can see we've got them slightly the wrong way around, so you can just move them and swap them like this. So I hope this has helped you today. If it has, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.